It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. The first half was all about Aaron Gordon. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 5. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
A terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Aaron Gordon.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that if the players... For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Ending the first quarter on a 14-5 run. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. Right back after this break.
The definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel.
Chance to
nice
present
play,
our Jordan player of the game, Devin Booker.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.
He had it right all along, so good call, fellas.
Tie game in Atlanta. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? What a performance so far tonight by Nicholas Batum. He had 13 points and 1 assist. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Efficiency, you know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Get the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Oh, but when you have it there, you gotta use it.
Back to the action after this word.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Of our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
This is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 18 points, 3 steals, and 1 rebound. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. When we talk about Jimmy Butler, he doesn't just give you production. He gives you toughness. Physical wing with good athleticism. Tremendous two-way player who will also fight you on the boards. He played with a lot of tenacity in the first half, which I thought set the tone.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of
For
success.
Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long. We'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half and looking very much like a team that is determined to turn this game into a laugher. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Percentage-wise, they were in the low 30s. That's right, low 30s from beyond the arc. That won't get it done. Every team in the league now relies on some level of consistent production from the three-point line. But if you've dug yourself a hole and you aren't a three-point shooting team, that needs to change.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We've still got a close one. Knicks lead by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be. To lead to better looks for him and for the entire team.
And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed
For
patient.
David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Order on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, Hassan Whiteside set the tone early. Obviously, he has great size, plays with some attitude, protects the rim and rebounds. But what's different about him now is that he's added more go-to shots to his arsenal.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back to the action after this word.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind
Do
of
it tonight,
feel.
folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He ended up with 26 points, 9 assists, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Outstanding execution, Greg. You always want to get the last shot of the quarter, which is precisely what they did there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Jazz out in front. They finish off the third quarter with a huge surge. An 18-4 run. That's going to do us for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They found their rhythm in the second quarter and have to be feeling good here at the break, holding on to that 4-point lead. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Whatever their game plan was defensively coming in, that needs to change. Can't let a team shoot for a percentage in the high 50s and expect to come out on top. It's on the coaches and the players to adjust.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Let him down. He's now up to 23 points today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And
he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires,
Jordan,
that has
player
to
of the
be your
game,
mind.
C.J. McCollum.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let-up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
They lost 2 straight coming into this one. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.